Hello.
Hi!
Oh, my voice is not warmed up.
We both have tea. I've basically drunk all of mine.
Yes. Tea.
Yes, sure, we'll go with that. I've basically drunk all of mine, which does actually make me sad. I'm like, oh, I've just started and I don't have any left. I just drank it all. God damn it. Oh.
I will tell you, chat, Phoebe is here. She's sleeping off screen. She will undoubtedly make her presence known at some point. Blue's already been present for the comedy of errors.
Yes.
That has occurred.
And I need to warn people that there are two people, my two mods know that I made a new sub notification. The thing is, when I came to come stream today, I did actually go over it again, and I was like, it is too loud. I need to lower the volume. And last time I tested it, I'd gone too far the other way, and it is now super, super quiet, and I couldn't seem to fix it, because when I was like, okay, put the volume back up again, it wasn't doing it. And now we've gone live, I literally have no idea what volume it is.
It could be truly anything.
It could be anything. So when somebody subscribes, we either won't hear anything, or everybody is going to get deafened. And I do apologise, but also I blame the program.
We tried to fix it. But
I tried. It's only, it doesn't apply for gift subs, so you can't...
Yes.
So if somebody thinks they can be smart, you can't play it. Somebody has to try to do it themselves.
You have to have full autonomy.
I could hit the test button, but I'm slightly terrified, if I'm honest. I'm slightly terrified to hit the test button. I don't know what's going to happen.
It's a jump scare now.
Yeah. Because part of me is wondering, is it just that it, like, needs time to update? And because I've been... can't concentrate because Pippi.
Carry on. I'll tweet what I'm looking at.
So I could hit the test button, but I'm, like, terrified I'm going to deafen everybody. And myself. I will also be deafened by it.
The only one immune to it is me.
Yes. Wish I had more tea.
Actually, I won't tweet it. I'll put it in the Discord. That's how you do things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where should I put it? I'll put it in... memes? That doesn't feel right.
don't know what else it's supposed to be. Ah. Thanks, Car.
I put it in the meme channel of Blue's Discord. That's why I keep getting distracted.
Mm-hmm.
She also just every so often just huffs really loudly to make me very aware that I'm ignoring her.
Just the... right, Cuddle Dragon, let's go. Okay.
Explaining my my tweet joke. The reason why me and Blue have 100% less topics than usual is because we hung out all
Yes.
afternoon. Fuck me, all
We
weekend.
hung out all weekend. and it was like weekend and a bit.
Yeah, long weekend.
Kels almost got stranded here.
Almost. Very almost. It ended up being completely fine.
Yes.
Just a long journey back. I can hear the sound of your car not starting. Oh,
it's dying.
From another time. But yeah, hi chat, how are we? Oh, these are the earrings, by the way.
Hey!
Here's a little rose. This little black rose.
That's cute.
And then I also got... I've been waiting for these earrings to show up for ages, chat, and I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to show up just before I go to Blue's, and I can show them off. Literally after I left the house, my dad sent me a message from the train station being like, hey, parcel just came for you. I was like...
Son of a...
And the other one I got, that I'm not wearing right now, because I couldn't be bothered, is this guy.
Hey, ear cuff.
Which is extremely sick.
It looks... pretty much every ear cuff I've seen looks sick.
This one is actually pretty good quality, so I'll probably get more of the ones I want from them, including a dragon one.
Hell yes, dragons. I think dragon ones are the ones that I always see that make me just go, oh, so cool.
Yeah, for anyone who's gonna ask Alchemy England.
Hey, I know those guys.
Yep.
Of course it's Alchemy. I've heard stuff from Alchemy before. I think I got a necklace somewhere from them.
They make good goth stuff.
They do.
They make good goth stuff. Healing Bikel as well. Good luck. I can't decide what I'm going to be working on today, chat. I've got 2 projects. Both of them are physical things, because I want to be productive. And I'm much more productive with physical work than I am with digital, as I have come to accept in myself, sadly.
There's nothing wrong with that, you don't have to say sadly.
Well, no, it's sadly because eventually I'll probably want to type it up, and typing something from a physical, like something I've written in physical to digital is one of my least favourite activities on this earth.
I get that, yeah.
But yes, I have 2 projects. One of them is just another poetry marathon, because that went really well last time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you snore any louder? You're not even asleep.
Sulking!
She's like, you brought me upstairs for this. Yeah, one of them is just to do another poetry marathon, because that was fun. Had a good time doing that. And the other one is to continue this journaling thing I've been doing. Journaling game.
Yes, from one of the many ones that you obtained.
Should we explain?
Yeah, we should explain for some of the people for context, because we've not really explained to anybody except...
No, because we haven't interacted with anyone but us.
Yeah.
You weren't physically in Blue's house this weekend, you have no idea what happens that day. So, while Blue works in the Kobold, most of you know, if you've been to the stream before, that I dabble with indie RPGs, solo RPGs. I've got a bunch of small little indie RPGs, and I've been playing 1000 Year Vampire, which is a solo journaling one. Some people might also remember from the start of last year, when I talked about this last time, that I have a few of them actually, that I've slowly obtained, just from being on Twitter and browsing itch.io. I have like one called Sentinel, a bunch of other ones. And we were talking about it. I don't even remember how we got here. But we were talking about kind of smaller indie RPGs, because I was showing off a couple that I wanted to run. And me and Blue fell down a bit of a rabbit hole, because
yes, we ended up on itch.io.
Yeah, well, because I'd found one in Forbidden Planet in real life about a year ago that I'd shown to Blue that was a solo one that was called Apothecaria.
Apothecaria, which is based off another RPG by the same people called Apothecaria. It's based off that. But Apothecaria, if you couldn't tell, has aminals in it.
Aminals.
And yeah, she showed it. I think it started from there as being like, I wanted to get it, but I didn't, and like I don't have time to play it right now. But I talked about, because it's a solo RPG, I'd probably like stream it, and maybe like the idea for some quite a few solo RPGs is like you can either write or draw stuff for them. Is like how you play them. You draw what happens, or you write what happens. So I was like, oh, it could be something fun for the stream in the future. So we were looking it up, basically.
Yes, and I think we were also looking at, I'd run into one that was a duo. That was called Carmilla. It's too spicy for me and Blue, but I was like, oh, there are like duo RPGs which are fun. And we ended, long story incredibly short, we ended up on itch.io about midnight. And we start looking, and we encountered two things. One is that a lot of people make SRDs and put them on itch.io. So like for in this instance specifically for like solo journaling RPGs, someone will make, like, there's a very popular system based on tarot cards that a bunch of them use, and it's just on itch.io and anyone can use it. But basically we started just browsing journaling solo or like small RPGs on itch.io, and we kept running into ones that we liked, and eventually I noticed a bunch of them had a tag on them which was called like Solo Bundle 3 or something.
Yeah, it had a little. It was the same one that I noticed. It just had a little blue tag that just said included in bundle.
And I was like, oh, a bunch of the ones we're looking at all have the same tag on them. And it turned out that there's a bundle. I will link it in chat if anyone wants to go look. It's for charity, obviously, because it's an itch.io bundle. Of I think 100. It's like it was 105 contributors, but there's 250 solo RPGs in this bundle, and it is $10 US, which is about £6 to £7 UK. So what did I do? I bought them. I bought them at 2 o'clock in the morning, and we have had a riot this weekend just looking through that.
Yeah, we were sat there just going through them. I loved the Mandrake one.
Me and Blue found one which is called Mandrake Farm, I think is what it's called. I'm opening the folder as we speak. Blue, I've realized we could very feasibly duo that one.
Yeah, I had that realization when we were sat on the sofa looking at it. It's a solo one, but I was like, we could run like essentially both our gardens next to each other.
We could do it as like a we both run the same garden, and like, but we do alternate days. So it's like, hey, update on this little guy.
A little journal thing. This guy needs new soil tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be fucking great. What were some of the ones we were like, I want to do that at some point? Because I feel like we should probably shout them out, because they're all on itch.io. They're either very cheap or free, and they're just made by like some guys. Like none of these are made by a company of more than 5 people. But some of them are fucking hysterical.
Yeah, a lot of them are like one person.
Yeah. And they're really good. And if people haven't dabbled, then welcome aboard.
Yeah, I said we need to make like a little. I said we need to make a little spreadsheet so that we can like note down the ones we like and like recommend them to people, because there's so many there now. Because they've bought 200 of them. You're gonna forget we like. Obviously, we both like the Mandrake one. I kind of
it's called Mandrake Sanctuary.
Yeah. Andy.
Mhm.
Yeah, which is
and D.
And
as in
D.
and D.
Ampersand D.
Which is funny.
The tortoise one.
Oh no, what was that called?
It was like a postman one.
Oh, fine.
There's an RPG where you're a tortoise delivering post.
I'll find it. I'm looking at the list right now.
It's unsurprising that I like all the cutesy like animal ones.
It's really funny because there's like, I would say there's like there's 4 categories in this bundle that I think I would break it down into. Cute and other than goofs, there are plenty of goofs. Like cute and wholesome, about healing and like friendship and all that. Sci-fi deserves its own category because there's a whole range of sci-fi ones. Like tragic horror specifically, and I can't remember what I was gonna say the 4th category was, but like, yeah, it's almost hilarious how split down the middle this is for me. I'm trying to find the turtle RPG.
It doesn't say turtle in the name.
I'm looking. I was looking at it in a list. I'm now actually looking with visuals, so because I remember what it looks like. It's not Lost Post, it's the other one. Post Haste!
Post Haste, there we go.
Did someone say tragic horror? Welcome to my town.
Hello.
Yeah, Post Haste we really like the look of. Yeah.
I think Wonderful
Voyage
was one that I was vaguely interested in. But I hadn't sat and read it yet. Because that was the one that I was looking at that I was like, oh, it's in the bundle. Maybe.
You're right. Yes, there's a bunch of them. There's one called Spell of the Week, which is all about building spells. Okay, I'm just going to shout them out now. Ones that I am probably going to at least try, if not play. Most of these are, I would say, by being summoned, I may return, have fun. See ya, Galaxia.
Bye!
Ones that I have been like, yes, I'm probably going to play that. A Visit to San Sabella. Pilgrimage of the Sun God? Was that it? It might not be that one. Sentinel I've talked about before. A Fool's Errand I might start on this stream. The Estate of Baron Archibald. Butterfly on the Wheel I've started. Where is it? Green Skies, which is a solar punk wholesome one. I've heard Loom is actually very good. Even though the cover has me like this. Misery Chord, Mandrake Sanctuary, which we've talked about. This is just a glance. The Devil Would Be Proud.
Daddy would be proud.
You know it. To Keep Ghosts Alive. Voyage. Where Crimson Flowers Bloom. And You in the House are probably the ones I'm going to pick. That was my brother. Yes, Phoebe, he's gone. I'm sorry. But yes. I didn't actually look at some of these. A moment for the dog. Hang on. Yes, you're a good girl. Okay. Hello. Let me change my... I need something to listen to. But yeah, I have started Butterfly on the Wheel, and I am enjoying it so far. It's in this guide. I'm tempted to start a Fool's Errand because I was excited from the cover.
Yes, I think that is what caught your eye.
Maybe I'll do a poem to warm me up, and then I'll
Yeah.
I gotta say, the last poem I wrote, I'm very proud of. I worked on it for because I did a lot of shorter ones on the stream. I wanted to work on a slightly longer one, and I worked on it for a couple days, and I really love it. I really love it. I'm not gonna read it on stream because it would break your own rules, but I am proud of it. What are you up to, Blue? I've talked too much already.
I'm essentially, I'm about to say a lot of words that people probably won't understand. I'm essentially trying to inverse these shape keys. So that the default is different, because basically I've made all of these horns, these different types of horns, and these shape keys are what will allow you to turn them on and off. And obviously, so I could make them and see how they look and get the shape right. The basis shape key, which is where all the other ones come from, which is just the blank default model, how it is, has them all turned on. And when it comes to getting this thing into VRchat and to Unity, I want to have that inverted. I don't want them all on by default. I want people to be able to turn on the ones they want. So I want everything off by default. So I'm trying to work out how to invert them, because the blend shapes from these shape keys all derive from one as a base, which is basis one in this list. So we've got all the shapes for all the mouths and things, and the way it works is that it has a root shape key, so that basically if I've got the shape of the mouth here where the mouth opens, because it's relative to base, as it says there at the bottom, it means if I make any big changes to the mesh, like if I were to grab this and pull it out, it's relative to the shape key, so these keep the data.
Right, okay.
So the problem is that because I want these horns to be off by default, or if I take the default model and I drag them inwards, which is sort of how I'm turning that, you just scrunch them inside.
Yeah.
It would mean that I would essentially have to remake them, because it's taking these shapes from the base model and they'd all be scrunched inside the base model. So it's kind of like, well, all the time that I spent shaping them and getting them the right shape would be undone. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that. How can I flip them round? So I've got the shape keys here, which is, again, as I said, it's they're on by default and off by default. I'm like, how do I flip them? And there isn't a tool as simple as flipping them, unfortunately.
Mm.
So yeah, so it's like because it's counter to how people would think. So this shape key for the long horns is currently off, which has the horns out. Whereas when I turn the shape key for the long horns on, they go off, and it's inverse to how you would think it should go.
Right.
So I'm trying to flip them to the way it should be, but I'm trying to work out how I could do that. So there's a lot of pondering happening.
It's a lot of long pondering pauses.
Yes. I think I have an idea, but I don't know how it's going to go.
Oh, that's weird. Did a brief tab out to check on race, which I don't think anyone is on. Yes, if I talk about the race, air quote, Blue, you may remember that some months ago that they released for Final Fantasy XIV. They released Dragon Song Ultimate.
Yeah.
Which was like a big event. It was like the hardest content they'd ever released for Final Fantasy. And there was a race for several days of various statics trying to beat it, and it took a few days.
Yes.
And it was kind of meant to be like all of Heaven's Ward, a very hard tribute to all of Heaven's Ward. They have just released Omega Ultimate, which is that but for Storm. But mainly for the Omega raid chain, which is very beloved, and has a lot of content after it is complete. And I haven't done it yet, but I have watched Jesse do it back in the day. So I've been keeping an eye on it. I haven't been watching it too much, to be honest, but just keeping an eye to see if anyone has beaten it. So far, no one has. People say that someone has, but no one actually has. Welcome back, Das.
Welcome back.
Malika's well is not fun to heal anyway. Do you know what else I started watching? I watched yesterday when I came back from yours and I was just so tired. I found out that at some point Strippin did a Elden Ring randomizer. where all the Elden Ring mobs were randomized. And it was fun to watch. I'm learning Astro and doing good, I feel. Yeah! Astro's fun. Any God of War progression. Funny you should say that. I was playing God of War before the stream started. Just did a fight that made me feel like I was on crack cocaine, but in a good way. I felt fucking invincible. It was so good. The first boss of the game. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
they were in co-op too. Well, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's waiting for it to come on a console other than PS4.
You might be here a while. I don't know if there is anybody here who does meet that criteria, to be honest.
Fine. It was in the first hour anyway. I did the Thor fight and it felt fucking great.
Hey! It's good. Yeah, that's good. The dupe is very good.
I felt like I know this is what the fight's meant to do, and like it's very on the nose, but like I felt like the old muscles from when I did the Sigrun fight. Like just slowly getting up. It was a good time, even though Phoebe very much wanted the controller to not be in my hands.
Oh.
It was so long before I encountered the when you say we're done. I held I held on a long time. I did pretty well. Considering that I realized afterwards that I had not been using some things I should have been using. Feral, yeah, it was a good. It really makes you feel like wired. But then God of War's really good at that. It felt like old God of War to me for a moment, and I know that was the intent, but like, ooh. Was it a QTE? What was? Where I died the first time? Yes. But I think it's the mash, so I think you're meant to die there. But yeah, it was truly insane because again, I've completely avoided anything about the game. And truly I had done a very small amount, and then today I was like, okay, I'm gonna play a little bit more. And truly it was like I should have had several cutscenes with play in sequence warning. Because I lost my shit. I was like, oh no, that's bad. Oh no, that's worse. Mm-hmm. No, that's real. This is really bad.
Yeah, it progressively gets worse and worse, doesn't it? They really kind of just sort of throw you in it at the start of the game of just like, you've played the first one, you don't
well,
need
they did in the first one too. Like the first one, they're like, it's. Oh no, here we go. It's really interesting. Fuck it. How they're talking to the previous game. Like, yes. Beat for beat so far, this has been a like reprise of the previous, but very intentionally done. Like the opening scene is almost shot for shot the same. But you see how those characters have grown because it's encouraging you to put them next to each other. The way Atreus handles Kratos' anger is a literal, like, you can see how in the previous game that fight would have gone versus in this one. You see that Atreus can handle himself more. Mm-hmm. Like, it's asking you very directly next to each other to compare the two games and where we're at.
Yeah, it's very much saying, like, you know, time has passed and we're spelling it out
time has passed, and also the character growth hasn't gone backwards. Like, these are the parts of these characters that are still a mess, and then these are the parts that have actually changed. You know, like, Kratos is not the same Kratos. Like, that's something the first one did really well, obviously, was taking Kratos from ye olde God of War that was just a power fantasy, basically, is what he was meant to be, with some tragedy involved. And then the brilliance of the last game was giving Kratos such an emotional center through his relationship with Atreus and kind of growing him that way. But you can, within the first hour, you can see a completely different Kratos in this one. That's a product of all that growth. And it's so cool to watch those like moments of insane character growth, and then also the moments where it's referencing the previous one, like I'm trying to think of how I want to say it. I don't know. I don't even know how to. It's just fascinating. Well, that's the thing, guys. The Baldur's fight and Thor's fight essentially are doing the same thing.
Yes.
They both want to fight an older version of Kratos. They both want to fight the God of War. Baldur's, they're just motivated from different places. It's exactly the same fight, exactly the same purpose, but with vastly different power levels, vastly different levels of preparedness, and just with more madness. But yeah, it's interesting. And also, like, I love that we are just as perplexed. We know so much more in this game than we did at the start of the last game. So it's fascinating how we still don't know shit. We still don't know what's going on. We're just slightly more prepared for some of the characters that might appear. Odin, let's talk. I know you love Palpatine. Palpatine's an interesting comparison for Odin so far. Again, I'm only within the first hour, so for people who are like, I don't know, looking out for spoilers, I literally can't spoil the game that much because I've tried not to spoil it for myself. Odin, do you know what I thought the moment that Odin sat down was, I was like, oh, he's the Mafia boss. Like, the Aesir are like a Mafia game. Like, he's the head of the family because of respect. He's not the head of the family because, you know, he might be extremely strong. He probably is. He's fucking Odin. But there is a sense to which he's in power because he always has been. And all of the rest of them look up to him as a parental figure.
Mm-hmm.
And that's as much. So some of them fucking despise him. Some of them follow his orders, but are just like, hey man, what can you do? Like, that's the energy that Thor gives me, which is like, Thor gives me like, I'll do this because I'm being asked, but I don't necessarily care one way or another. Also, the fact that he called Baldur his closer, which is straight up Mafia talk. But yeah, it's been an interesting ride. And I enjoyed that fight so much. I forgot how good God of War feels to fight with. Like, I forgot just how, when you're doing it well, I mean, that was the thing about the old trilogy as well, but in a completely different way, because the old one, in the old one, it was the button mash fantasy, and that felt good.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's like, when you're doing it right, you get the rhythm, and you feel unstoppable. And much like the first one, everything feels very intentional in this game.
Oh, there's so much in there.
Like, when I was looking for Atreus in the intro, I walked up to the Gate Between Worlds that's in front of Kratos' house, and there was dialogue for it. Like, it feels like I'm on a very well-paced journey. That's what it feels like. And it's just nice to play a game that's made really well. I'm sure there's something to be said, Das, about the two respective cultures' hospitality rules. Do you see the thing I posted in memes for you? Probably not.
doesn't check all the servers as religiously as the rest of us might.
No.
Is fair.
Saying that, Cord, you post a lot. Oh,
yeah,
that.
It can sometimes be hard to know what you're directing at because you post it constantly.
If it's the one you added at, I find this really funny and very endearing. I'm on Tumblr, so I've seen it all.
I've seen that a billion times.
I don't need someone to read the posts to me. I was there when they were written. But yeah, it's a fun time. I am not in the Tumblrs. Yeah, I've been here a long time. That makes sense, though, Das. Odin, that's literally... knowing things is Odin's entire deal.
Yep.
Thor is just a shithead. And Kratos relies too much on obedience as his primary form of parenting. You learn this in the first game, you know.
Yes.
Also, I have a hunch about something to do with Atreus as well that I think I'm gonna be correct on, but we're about to find out. It won't be like a big revelation, put it that way. Yeah. God of War is just one of the games I've been bouncing between, to be honest. Like God of War, Marvel Snap, Melatonin, Kind Words. Right, enough God of War talk. It's 9:30, I haven't even done a warm-up poem.
So yeah, that thing you said you were gonna do.
Yep. Someone give me a prompt then. I need level 80 Astro, and that's when the party will really start.
Nice.
Prompt stars. Don't make me go back to my Orion's poem. Unless you've done 4 already today on stars. Rude. Haven't written any. Oh no, that's not true. Technically, I worked on this other one today, if you count 1 o'clock this morning. And the walls fell. I can write about Troy today, why not?
See, I'm being very quiet because I'm just having to think a lot about what I'm doing.
Well, it's good because I'm talking too much, so it works out.
Yeah. It's like, I'm able to chat more when things are more casual, and it's like, oh, I don't have to concentrate too much, I know what I'm doing, but this is very much I need to concentrate so I don't fuck up.
I'm laughing because the last two poems in this notebook are one that's extremely wholesome and then one that's extremely not wholesome. Blue has read one of them. It's the wholesome. Ooh, I definitely haven't read today. My brain is slow. if willing, send me the banger you didn't want to post. I'll type up Violet Delights and send it to you. Yeah, the last 2 poems in this book are called A Poem for My Friends and then these Violent Delights.
Hello, child.
Dream.
Meow, big man. Hello.
You're free of my scooping.
Does not mean you two are free of complete scooping. You have been scooped.
Now
no,
what?
Dad's gone to bed, huh? Got muck on your cheek. That's probably on me, isn't it? That's muck from me trying to give you your medicine, huh? Okay, I'm putting you back down. Very short cuddle. Yeah.
No! My pen ran out of ink. Next.
Oops. Ah! Heck. Thank you.
Don't make me get up and check something. I'm not gonna get up, I'm gonna Google it like a peasant. This has ended up unintentionally being a follow-on from that other one that I forgot to read last week.
Oh, God. Okay. Health check from court.
Wait, what the fuck?
Elbow.
No, Polixene.
Good to see you already. I think I'm at that stage in the project where it's like, I gotta work on these fiddly things and the brain is starting to shut down because it's like, fiddly things like this is boring. It's like, no, you have to do the fiddly bits, otherwise it can't go.
Don't be afraid to like switch between some things just to give yourself some enrichment in between.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Blue.
What?
Should we tell them about the hero forge thing?
Okay, before we do though, well I remember because the word enrichment, I love the memes I've been seeing. I've been loving the CR memes. Matthew Mercer's enrichment.
I watched
It's
a
so
shameful
wholesome.
amount of that stream.
I went and I only found out about it afterwards when I saw the pictures on Twitter, so I was like, hold up, what is this? And I went and watched a bunch of clips and I was like, oh no, this does actually seem like something I would watch.
Yeah, it's good background content.
Yeah, just
Anyone
a
just wants to
stream.
watch 3 hours of Matthew Mercer moving his minis to a different room.
Yeah, Matt's got a new office. Matt got a new office. They put up a camera in it and just let it run. And it's just Matt bringing in the minis and putting them on shelves. And occasionally he'll come up to the camera and show you things. There's no voices. He doesn't talk. There's just music. Okay, and like sometimes other people might come in and have a look, and it's just like good. So I've also been enjoying that. But yes, the Hero Forge thing.
I can't believe I've willingly thrown this into the pit.
So
I'm still laughing about it on the inside.
I'm still laughing about it as well, because again it was like 1 a.m.
Yo, yeah, like me and Blue had a very busy weekend. So like by the time me and Blue were just hanging out by ourselves, it was like at least 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And we hung out from like 10 p.m. till like 2 a.m. every day. And we got loopier every sequential day.
Because during the day we had to go do stuff, so it was, we didn't have time to.
And on Saturday we had to put up with Krauser for a whole day. That's too much for anyone.
So yeah.
So yeah, I was dicking around on Hero Forge while we were watching on Sleeping City, and Blue asked me, after showing her a bunch of models I've made, Blue asked me if I'd made one for Leah and Jonah, who are the characters in Tala Flex. And I hadn't, and I was fucking around with Leah's model, trying, because she's part Weir Tiger. So I was trying to, on these kind of like third claws, I was trying to get tiger stripes.
Yes, you were trying to get stripes.
And I couldn't work out how to do it with decals.
Yeah. So I sat there and I said, why don't you do what I did with Tala? And you were like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I got essentially blood on Tala's hands in Hero Forge before blood decals existed. And Kels had no idea what I was talking about. So I reached over to the laptop, and I opened up the paint palette and clicked on the little cogwheel to show you that you can individually colour pick on each material the highlights, the main colour, and the lowlights.
You can also change like its reflective properties.
You can change like the specular. You can add glow. You can give it metallicness or roughness.
And like, I'm someone who thinks like, up until that point, I've been like, I'm pretty good with Hero Forge. I go into the settings that no one knows about. Like, I had so much hubris. I thought that I knew everything there was to know about Hero Forge. But no. Tells you didn't know that? No, I literally mean like literally the changing the highlight color.
Yep.
Like, not like moving some decals around.
Do a primary, like it, yeah. Like I said, I did it. I was doing this before decals got added.
Yeah.
Aww. I was just opening up Hero Forge to give you an example. Here's the last model I opened up in Hero Forge.
Hey,
it's the baby.
My child.
It's the baby.
But yeah,
she's all dirty.
It fully blew my mind. I nearly killed Blue on sight.
Yes, she did. That was something she did.
But yeah, and then I finished making Leah and Jonah's models. Oh, just dox yourself.
It's just an email. They can't see my password.
But yeah, so I finished making Leah and Jonah's model, but I also went through and updated like Pyre's model and everything to make it more accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, this one. So I was referring to this because obviously now she has the decal on her face, but her arms are still actually just the actual.
Oh yeah, because full disclaimer, me and Blue realized afterwards that I did backdoor my way into some of these things, but I didn't know. Like I was doing like 5 steps when I could have just done 2.
Yeah, you were trying to use a bunch of different like overlapping like colours on top of each other,
which does work, but it's just more complicated than
yeah. So yeah, I've got, as you see, I've got essentially two Tala colours here, which is the fur without blood and the fur with blood. And if I open up the colour palette, it's just the highlight is red as opposed to being white.
Yep.
And then
it's really funny because, as I said to Blue, I use this section of this all the time, but I just didn't know you could do it on that specific page. Like, I use the advanced eye details all the time. I just didn't know that there were all these little subsections under colour.
Yeah, because that was the other one, is that you could do it with eyes as well. So here's your eye colour, and then you go in and you've got...
It's because I used, like all these I used, but then I didn't know you could do, like, these exactly. But yeah, it was a fun weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of my models got updates that day.
Yeah, she then had to go and update everything. But
I just immediately opened Pyre's model, because I knew Pyre was the one where I needed it.
But you can see, like, the fur without blood also has more of a matte finish, whereas the blood fur had glossy applied to it to make it look wet, and same with the quote-unquote blood on the claws, rather than having to try to position a decal.
I knew you would ask that. We literally said, I was like, Blue, in my Hero Forge library, you know what that's going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Full disclaimer, I don't think Blue saw this. If she did, it was passing.
No, I did not. I did not. No, Curls didn't sit and show me each individual model.
No,
and I made a point whenever you went to your selection screen to kind of like just unfocus my eyes a little bit, because you said there were things in there you didn't want me to see.
Correct.
So I did kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna stare at the screen for a little bit while you pick whichever.
It wouldn't have been too bad if you'd seen it as I was scrolling, but I'd rather you didn't. But yeah, I showed Blue a bunch of Pokemon AU models I made, and selective dissociation. Me and Blue are masters of selective dissociation. It's our specific skill. But yeah, I don't know if you want people to see the Leah and Jonah model, but I'm very proud of it.
Hopefully, we'll see if it comes up, I suppose.
It's the last thing I sent you on Discord. Apart from me.
I meant in game.
In game?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they, get to see.
Oh yes.
Game.
That's. I wasn't following your train of conversation at all.
Yeah, I was. But yeah, to go to the color thing, I was basically explaining that, like, just because it's called highlight and low light, you don't have to keep it as that.
No.
Which is, if you go in and look, that's how they do the magic effects.
Might be hard to see Jonah.
Honestly, in this campaign though, you cannot be sure. You can never be sure in this campaign though.
I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, if you look into like the detail of the paints, a lot of like the magic and gems, that's literally all they've done, is that they've basically made the low light be a highlight, and it kind of gives that sort of magic luminous glow.
Yeah, this is what I was saying to Blue about how I'd been backdooring things, because I'd been like applying gem textures or magic textures to things to make them behave a certain way, and then changing the color. Whereas I could have just done it on the texture I already had by changing some dials.
Jingle. Lady's actually playing with a toy. It's a rare occurrence.
Yeah, I like that we were moving that when we've literally had a whole scene with Jonah. For people watching who are not in OCART, Jonah is super dead.
Yep.
the hell have I been writing while we were talking? Okay, that'll do. The prompt was, and the walls fall. I should say there are references into this poem to something in Greek mythology that's very sad.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, I apologize, it might make you sad. But it's to do with the fall of Troy, so if you know, you know. And the walls fell. Apollo built these walls, so they gleamed bright enough to illuminate Olympus. He knew then that they would melt, fall into themselves. Astronax had no wax at his shoulder, only his shadow covering those places Helios should not see. And with him Troy itself, marvel of the gods, grave of Hector, crumbling in like unmolded sand. That's it.
Jesus.
It's sad. If people don't know the reference in that poem, I would encourage you not to look it up. Now you're going to get some typing ASMR, because I'm going to type up this poem.
Yeah.
Not the one I just wrote, the other one I wrote the other day.
Okay, I think I've done it.
Hey!
That took a while.
You talk now.
That took a while, and I'm probably gonna have to do it again when I add more stuff in. But there we go. Now the default is that all of the horns are inside the head, just tucked out the way. There they are, hiding in there.
I keep wanting to reference something, Blue, when you talk about hiding them, but it's to do with definitely legal Final Fantasy things.
Ah.
Remind me to talk about it after the stream.
Fair enough. Okay. Let's save that. I guess my next question is how am I going to do this? Am I going to have to do the same again?
Hey, bud.
Hello! Hi!
Welcome
Do
to
the same
stream.
again, this one.
Oh, right. I always forget when I type up poems properly, I have to actually go into the settings of Google Drive and be like, stop auto-capitalizing my shit.
I'm going to increment this.
Leah,
This one blends. Let's save. Oof. Yeah, it was Leah. Jonah was unfortunately dead before the events of the campaign.
Yeah. Much to my particular sadness.
How can you miss someone you've never met?
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, right, I need to be combining these. Ooh, don't do that way. It's orange. Fair enough. vertex group for that. Vertex group. Go back to crest. I want to assign that to crest. Okay, good. The thing was the first person she met coming out, bless him, he had no idea how bad it was. I know! Oh god, god damn it. Go back, go back. I think you've got to apply your modifiers first before you combine them.
Wally?
Ah, shit, this is not canasty!
Not canasty.
That's always my go-to line.
I know, right? There's so many good Wally lines, though. We watched more on Sleeping City this week. Or Blue watched more on Sleeping City. I've seen it. Oh, Blue finally finished a Court of Fair Flowers.
Oh, yeah! I literally had 10 minutes left to watch, but we just had not had the time for like the last 3 months. We've just not had the time.
When we did, we forgot. She literally had like one scene left.
Yeah, I basically just needed to know how everybody's like stories ended.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the important bit.
Watch Court of Flame Flowers.
So good.
I just wrote court instead of what I was trying to type. Oh wait, that is what I meant to type. Yay!
The crest almost looks silly without the horns to balance it.
Yeah, some people might like that though.
Yeah, the option is there. It's their choice which one they want.
You can be a silly little guy if you want.
Probably gonna have to do the same again for this, which is a pain. Oh well, it is what it is. Did that line up fine from the fire? Looks like it did. If they wanted, never far away. Crest, sign. There we go. UV editing. Select crest, which is down there for some reason. Missing a step again. Missing a step again. Back. Let's go here. Select the seam all the way down, like that.
I'm frustrated.
How come, bud?
Oh! Das just sent me a screenshot of their Astro EXP bar. And it is 79 with about that much. It's like a little bit too much that you would just kill and add.
Go do a fade or something. Here we go. Now we can go to UV editing. Mesh. Unwrap. There we go. 2 spiky boys.
I love when I'm writing in physical and I get to a word that I just can't spell, but I need to just keep going. So I just write some letters that vaguely look right. Look at her.
You okay?
Look at her.
Aww. She moved back to the chair. Baby.
No, don't wake her up. That's mean. She's got her snoot buried in the
Oh, is she actually asleep? Because you're like, oh, she's not properly asleep.
Oh no, she is asleep.
Oh, bless. Oh.
I love her very much. She's a
We
good
all
dog.
do.
Everyone's favorite puppa. That's not. Blind in the left eye. Hey, welcome to the squad.
Oh.
I had a dog for many, many years that some people here know, who was completely blind in one eye, and he was a very good boy.
Oh. Oh, I just read the chat. Ooh.
Yes, I wasn't just bringing that up out of nowhere. Hey, Darren.
Hello, friend.
Oh yeah, how's... Let me do a quick race check. Sounds weird out of context. Omega race check. Monk talk. Who's winning? Is it still? Oh, Neverland's been overtaken. Oh, not overtaken. Someone's caught up to them. I see. Where did it all come? It's just we're getting raided!
Quaggy! Hi, Quaggy! Hello! Oh my goodness,
Hi,
how
people.
unexpected! Hi! Oh my goodness! Ah! Heck! Hello! Hi, this is my first ever model! Hi! Oh, I'm all embarrassed now. This is my first avatar that I've ever made! Ah! Screams!
Breath.
Hello! They're just a little guy! I'm
Just a little
working
guy.
on making some, like, different horns and things for them to have. Like, customization options. We got some little horn shapes happening.
Fun time. We're just chilling.
Hi! Hello, I've been lurking and watching your streams. I love the avatar that you're working on at the moment. I can't wait to see the finished product. I'm so excited. Hi! Streams! Ah, I'm all flustered. Ah!
Just carry on, Blair.
Girls said to keep me grounded.
Yeah. You must be truly desperate
Ah!
to come to me for help.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I'm here to keep you grounded and occasionally to be twice as unhinged.
Gosh, how long have I been working on this guy now? Like,
Oh, Jesus.
did I start before Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Upper! I started a little bit before Christmas. I have actually got them into Unity and moving, which had me, like, screaming a bit as well. I scream a lot. But I was screaming because I actually got them working, and I was like, I've never done that before. Go look for a bit, need to grab food, yes! Go get food, go get water, have a stretch, look after yourself, post-stream care. And thank you for coming. Thank you. I'm gonna concentrate on this. Right, I got the crest. Put in. I'm thinking maybe some back spines are where we're gonna go next.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to do back spines. I'm gonna do another increment save. It was a very brief increment save. Back spines.
That's a terrible mistyped ass. As you can see, in this previous
my mods are attacking me.
As you can see in this video, when he was shit. Yeah, we're good mods. We're good mods.
Did I flip up the number on that? I did. Yeah, that needs to be number 24. Ah, no! Heck!
I was waiting for the Arcanine.
No, be nice to me.
No.
First you verbally assault me, and then you physically assault me. Let's see, I want to make 5k points off Archer. No!
Must I do everything myself?
Come on, Blue, engage your brain. We want to... Why?
You know why.
So I'm gonna add a cool...
Not carries on.
Now we're gonna carry on, yeah.
That's the same word twice. How did I not catch that? They're literally on top of each other. Oh, this is that line. If anyone saw me tweet, sometimes you just write a line and then make a shocked face. I just typed up the line.
Okay, how do I want to do this? I want to make
Quote
them...
the great Matthew Mercer.
Yes.
How do you want to do this?
Do I want to do this? I want to... Edit mode. Delete this face. And I'm going to make a mirror modifier.
Hey, nice, Naren. It says something that when you said about rearranging your room, I just assumed you meant Fun Fantasy.
Not having to bend my neck to see all my screens. Yes. He says loading up Final Fantasy. I see you. I can see you.
Hey, it's Tuesday. It's reset day. We can't be throwing punches. We gotta get the gear. We gotta get
my mirror
coins.
modifier. There we go.
You see nothing.
I see all. Subdivide. I can never remember hotkeys.
The door just opened by itself, so I guess ghosts. I need to do my custom delivery so I get more sweet leaf man lore.
And other things that you do and say.
Yep. What do you... Update, Google does not know the word funerary.
And neither do I.
For a funeral.
Oh, right. Okay, now that makes
Funerary
sense.
attire is the thing you're buried in. In relating to a funeral or commemoration of the dead. Yes. Oh, there's an E in it? Where? Funerary. Okay. Funerary. I see. I'm saying it wrong. I have the level 80 Astro gear on Train, and as with
Ghosts!
And as with all Astro gear, it's perfectly fine apart from one piece, normally. Is this a ghost or is this a cat? Hold on.
Sometimes it's both.
Better not be a cat. It was not a cat. It was not a cat, it was just a ghost.
That's alright then.
We know about the ghost, so that's fine. Is it the shoes, Kels? I don't remember which piece it is. I just know that on all Astro gear, it's good apart from like one or two pieces. Yeah, a lot of the Astro Gear's good. I have to look up what the level 81 was again.
What shape do I want this to be?
Oh, yes. The only thing I didn't like about this gear, and when I say it, it's going to bother you too, is that it has silver accents when all other Astro Gear has gold.
Ah, yes. I've heard you talk about this before.
Which means I couldn't combine it with any previous gear, or indeed my planetary. I do like the braces on it though. Very good gear. Check something out.
See, with the horns, I made like different horns to be their individual like blend shapes, because my thought was that some people might combo them, have like some of the different horns together, because while the long and the short ones are in the basically the same position, the like bent ones are slightly different. So if you wanted to, you could have the bent horns and the short horns together, or something like that if you wanted. I think with the back spines, because they will very much be occupying the same space, I'll probably just make like one set of spines, but have like different blend shapes of that spine. Because you're not going to have like, if I make a short spine and a long spine, you're not going to have both of them together, because it's just going to be in the same spot. So you would flip between the two, I guess? I'm probably explaining this very badly. It's making sense in my brain.
Okay. That took longer than I wanted it to.
It's always the way, isn't it?
See you, Stangy. Thanks for lurking.
Night, Stongos! Thanks for being here. Hope you sleep well.
Phoebe, it's just the ghosts. It's just the ghost. Yeah.
Aww.
It's just a ghost, baby.
Oh, I think I heard the little roar. Oh, hi, baby! Baby, 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 baby!
Yes, that's blue.
Yes! Baby, 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 baby!
Look what you've done.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
It's just a ghost and that's just blue. He just talks like this.
It's literally the same as talking to Sadie, it's just rawr. Like, yes. Yep. Yes, I know. Yes, indeed.
Why? Your tail's hating everything. Choose a place. I can let you out, but there's no one there. It's just a ghost. You can make that jump. Don't look at me like that. Okay, I'll take you there. She wants to investigate this ghost. Oh, investigate this ghost. Did you assess? There's no one there. I tried to tell you.
Assessing ghost.
Why are your paws stuck on a bin bag? It's a bin bag! You're so stupid!
Aww.
You are so stupid, you know?
Just a baby.
Yes, just a 10-year-old baby. Hey. Go settle down. Go settle. I'm scared to look away because she's gonna do something stupid. I can just sense it. Good go. She's held down. Hope everyone enjoyed your dog interlude.
Yes.
Only Phoebe can distract me from reading this. Oh, that's someone who has not got far enough in that poem. Nasty. It's a nasty poem.
Camera, please. Every day of the week, I'm battling some form of camera.
Foreshadowing for tomorrow. I need everyone to know who's present at the moment. If you enjoy Dragon Age stream, if you enjoy Dragon Age stream, the first like 10 minutes of play tomorrow are gonna be really good.
Oh no.
Hey, Das found the line.
Hey, there it is.
They singled out one line, and it was the line. Tomorrow is mandatory viewing. It really is. It's gonna be a wild ride. Yes, it was the. You found the yikes line, Das. You found it. Well, that's not the yikes line. The rest of that poem's way more yikes than that, but it is hardcore. I want to read it, but it's also gross. So maybe we don't put that out there.
Maybe not on stream if it's gross.
Not on this stream. Maybe it's so cold in here because I had to open the damn window because your fart smells so bad.
Has it dissipated yet?
Yes, but it's just extremely cold in here now. You know what you did. I love when Phoebe's tired and she tries to wag her tail, but she's too tired, so it just sort of
flops. Yeah.
It just sort of moves. Oh my god.
What now?
Darren put a message in the Final Fantasy channel that says, I need everyone to see this, it's so cute. And I was like, well, I can click on that. And he was right.
Oh my goodness.
It's a Lalafell with the leaf man head.
It's just a little guy. Look at this little fella. Oh my goodness.
I want to see my little boy.
Oh my goodness.
That's fucking excellent. I can see your hesitation, Carlson. I understand and respect it, but also banger. It will go in a collection. There is a collection I'm working on that it will definitely go in, but it's not for this stream for sure, no.
Ooh. It's not for the stream, but it is collection worthy.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's
Hell
good,
yes.
But yeah, there's a collection I'm working on that I think it fits nicely with. It follows, I will say this, it follows it's a Greek myth poem, and it follows the sequential daughters of Leda, Clytemnestra, Iphigenia. And there's one for each. And they're all sequential, because Clytemnestra is Leda's daughter, and so forth. Each one's last line is fantastic. What about the rest of them, Jazz? No, that's a joke. Thank you for the compliment. Oh, that's appropriate. Das is in this document is currently an anonymous wolf.
Hey! Hello!
Do you want me to go feral in the DMs? Yeah. Okay.
Of course she does.
Okay, so it will cast.
Every time. This is the good shit. It's just tasty.
Like you want me to go off? Okay. I'm gonna go back to writing more butterfly on the wheel. This is a fun one. I told Blue about this, but basically this is a solo RPG about being the kind of mistress of a tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of fun because at no point does it say, hey, you should probably think about like what the kingdom is called and what the monarch's name is. But I have had to come up with this. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
But yeah, I keep having to be like, I keep writing and they go, I need to come up with that.
Yes.
I have to summon that fantasy name generator.
Oh, for God's sake. The most used website.
For real. And it was fun because fantasy name generator, this is a shout out to fantasy name generator. From what I understand, run by one person.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
But you can go into like, there's not just like names of fantasy cities anymore. It's like, hey, what do you want it to sound like? I was like, I guess French. Sure, this is gonna all be kind of French namey. So I've ended up creating a sort of character for this kingdom just by what names, random names I'm using.
That's cool as heck.
Yeah. My character's name in this one is Francine. Francine Vassavo.
Oh.
That's her name. That's her name. I'll tell you, I won't read any of this on stream, but like the background stuff that you roll for, well, some of it you roll for, some of it you pick from various tables. But the questions they give you for character development in this RPG are background. So, what is your lineage? So I ended up with common born, prized student of a university, and an apothecary was what I kind of combined those into. Apothecary being like a ye olde doctor. What do you miss from where you grew up? My widowed father, my dusty attic, and the farm animals. Aww. So already we have a bit of a character for them.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
What did the monarch woo you with?
Got spikes.
Hello. What did the monarch woo you with? Love letters and jewels. Good. What I think the specific wording of this was, what atrocity has recently set the kingdom on edge?
Mm-hmm.
And it says, and I rolled breaking away from the church, which I read as, oh, okay, so this is gay.
Yep, yes. Hi, Camelbat, welcome to the stream. I'm making a call
from there.
I'm making a call, and Culls is making something gay. So
that's
all
the stream,
is
everybody.
right in the universe.
This is what happens here.
There we go. We've broken down the stream into its prime components.
Yep. Oh god, I just realized that sent me a massive paragraph. Hang on.
Wall of text time. Hey, honestly, I'm quite happy with that.
If Girls wasn't making something gay, I would be shocked. Amen.
Exactly.
Can you imagine? I told you I'd go off, you were forewarned. Maybe
this one is a little, maybe the gap between, I'm trying to like look at the spacing between them. I think this one is potentially...
Right. It reads correctly.
The top one I think is potentially too high in comparison to the rest of them.
I agree.
In comparison to the rest of them.
Either make it higher and put another one, or move it down a little.
No, I think I'm going to bring it lower.
Das, for reference, my favourite part of that poem is probably the first part. I'm glad you liked it. Phoebe's using her toy as a pillow again.
Oh, baby!
There's no way I would be able to position this camera so you could see it.
Oh, big child. Hey, I'm quite happy with that, actually. Considering that I spent like almost an entire evening doing the crest. Whacked out the back spines in like half an hour.
Yeah, like no time at all. I looked away and looked back and it appeared.
Yeah. I guess I'll apply the mirror modifier, because frankly I don't think I quite like the shape of them, like the size of them. So I'll probably gonna just apply that. I gotta go in.
We'll talk about it later.
Unnecessary
Yeah,
internal
exactly.
faces. Hold up. Undo.
I thought you meant like a face as in like a person's face.
Yep. That's why 3D modeling is so cursed.
Yeah, leggies, faces.
Ah.
It's made of bones.
Don't need these internal faces. It's only 4 faces per spine, but it adds up on the whole of the model. So this spine isn't going in all the way.
One more week and I get the mount. Nice.
God, if I'd known that these were here at the start, I wouldn't have to do this. I could hear a noise then. I don't know what that was. I'm going to assume it was people downstairs. Someone knocking? Yeah, I just heard it again. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can genuinely hear noises. God, flatline.
If you need to go investigate, I can entertain.
I think it's people downstairs.
Also, because you said earlier when I said about moving my room, thinking Final Fantasy 14, I've also changed my FC room and changed up the exterior of the house.
Oh,
yeah, that does read.
Yeah, that does read.
See, it wasn't a folly. Me and Aaron were saying the other day, it's only a matter of time before we eventually end up with enough money that we get independent housing instead of our apartments. And when we do, it's going to be a nightmare.
I don't even use my room now. I wouldn't need an entire house.
It's just fun to decorate. It doesn't matter if you then use it. It's
understandable. It's just whatever you're into. Like,
oh yeah,
because I'm on the Guild Wars train at the moment. I'm like, what if we actually went and got that guild hall? Not gonna happen because I'm like not even remotely in the right area for it. But it's there in the back burner.
Yes, it's floating around in there.
Okay, I'm gonna be 2 secs.
Yeah, go investigate.
It's probably just Sadie me.
One of my favorite things, chat, about this RPG, this is Butterfly on the Wheel, is the first page is wholly devoted to linking music and playlists that fit the vibe. And it's all like a 19th century villain, Regency vibes, spooky classical for Halloween, dungeon synth, reading stories of royalty and high class, dark royalty core.
I think it's just flat noises.
Just sounds.
Just sounds. It's always the thing though, is like you hear the sound once and you're like, your brain doesn't even register it, and then you hear it a second time, and that's when the brain goes, that's the sound of, that's definitely a knock. That's a repeated 1, 2, 3. That's a knock. I'm like, is someone trying to knock on the front door or something?
Yeah, it's literally a sign that's like, hey, don't do that.
Well, no, the sign was literally a thing to be like, knocking, well, yeah, it's literally, we had the sign that said knocking is pointless, we can't really hear you very well.
Yeah, no.
As
I need a different pose for Blue when she's AFK, like she's staring into my soul at the moment. Yeah, you do just stare directly in the
Like, I can't make it's not like VRchat where when I take the headset off and it's like, oh, this person's AFK, put them in a sleep position. It's a face tracking software. It goes into a T-pose when there's no face to track.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Phoebe's dreaming. Running up that hill. I made a Kate Bush reference.
I heard it. How did I end up duplicating this mesh?
I didn't do it on that one. Poetry. I've done it many times and it is always good.
Didn't do it on that one.
Repurposing my original typed version of this to keep track of all the damn characters I'm about to have to make.
This is the first one I'm doing. I still occasionally am just like, how did I do that? Why did I do that? How can I not do that again, please? So why do these spines have a duplicate of themselves inside them? I don't know. Oh god, that one's linked. That's worse.
That's a fun one to ask. Yeah, I have written in character poetry before. I mean, technically any mythology poetry I write is in character poetry of a sort. But like, I know you're probably thinking like D&D characters, and I have done that.
Closest I ever got to that was Kirok's in character notebook. Actually, Sarah's notebook was also in character. Sarah's was different because I was actually using it as my campaign notebook, whereas I had actual session notes. And then Kirok's notebook was like a thing I made after as an art project.
Yes.
There we go. Save. Hello, Gremlin. Are you making noises? Oh, she's off. Okay.
Bye. I don't need to, Das. We both know. Yeah, it took 2 seconds of looking. I found the one I wrote as Glory.
Are these all going in tucked inside?
It isn't Thane.
Wild concept.
Will wonders never cease? We're being a shit.
Obligated to. We're obligated to. As your friends, we're obligated to.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Save. Okay, I think we're gonna apply the mirror modifier. I think they look okay. Size-wise. Oops, that's the wrong window. Don't look behind the curtain. They look alright size-wise.
You haven't guessed, I would tell you. That's fair. We were shitheads.
Mm-hmm. It's valid. Okay, I'm gonna apply that.
Oh, this is
Then I need to go
a rabbit hole, but I'm gonna go into it. What the fuck is this? Oh, why did we call it that?
See? Sadie, stop making noises when I'm on edge. I keep looking around and it's just Sadie and I'm just like... Sadie doing a gram. She's in hyper gremlin mode apparently. Right when I've heard like funky noises and I'm like, what's happening? She's decided that now's the time to be an absolute menace.
Yeah, shithead.
Okay, let's join those. I'm gonna have to make sure that these are all rigged. Just remember that as well. Make sure that they all stick to the head and stuff when they move.
Oh no, I've just had an idea that would be so complicated.
The horns do, but the crows don't, okay? Also, I might be able to join you on VRchat and other VR games more now that I have space for it. Yes! Yes! We can play mini golf again! in there and just played minigolf for an evening in VR chat.
That surprises me not at all.
I have a picture saved somewhere of me playing a game of Cards Against Humanity with the Furry Squad in VR chat, and
I know a sequence of words.
I know, right? And half the group is like collapsing in on themselves from laughter.
Oh, amen. That's the only way that goes. I still, somewhere on my like hard drive, have a bunch of screenshots from a bunch of the old squad playing Cards Against Humanity against each other, and it's just all the answers that we gave, and they are all like Cards Against Humanity when you're playing it and Cards Against Humanity when you look at it later are not the same level.
Oh yeah.
But I remember how funny we found them. Like, I remember how hilarious it was, and that alone makes me laugh. Like, it's one of those. There's like a night of Cards Against Humanity, a night of Guns of Icarus, and like that just like live in my memory forever as moments I've nearly perished laughing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
On Skype back then.
Speaking of which, I've decided on my avatar. Oh. Is it a dragon? Or is it a robot? You fool! You are within petting distance! Mother, no! Oh, you are the biggest baby. Yes, you are. Oh. Mwah, mwah. I know. Angry pet noises. The moment she gets like settled, she starts purring. It's the initial grab where she's like, no, and then you settle her down, and she's like, oh, actually,
I can live with this. Yeah. I gave her many cuddles.
Yes, you did.
And sometimes she even begrudgingly accepted them.
I know. I was pleasantly surprised, honestly. The amount I literally said to you this evening that it's so funny to me because I've seen the growth from you being in the flat and being like legitimately terrified of Sadie, of like not even wanting to touch her, and now you'll just pick her up of your own accord. And I'm just like, yay! You even begrudgingly acknowledge that you might own a cat in the future. Crazy.
Yeah, that's a thing that left my mouth.
Yep. I've deposited you back down. You can have your nighttime snack in a bit, Sadie. The stream's almost done.
5 minutes. 5 minute warning.
Goodness, right, okay.
Thinking of a new one, which will work fine. Nice.
I'm tempted to do a shimmer persona at the moment. Yeah. Yo, if you're entering into my domain, if you need to find, furry and furry adjacent VR chat avatars, I can hook you up. I can link you to several creators who are very good. Yeah, pick up what let me use this to find something better in memes. Yes. Gonna leave that there till I get my deals. Robot!
I cannot escape merry-go-round alive. Every playlist I use is merry-go-round alive for that.
There's probably much more efficient ways to do this, but I don't know them because I'm new.
Because I'm beautiful, baby. Did you granny say listen to your heart? Be who you are on the inside. I need you push to tear her argument apart. You granny lied.
Why can I hear car horns?
Oh good, we're both hearing noises.
What the fuck?
Mutual hauntings.
That alarms me less than that door opening on its own. That alarms me more, sorry, than that door opening on its own. The fuck is there a car out here? I live in the woods. Who's honking and for what purpose? This is a weird night. I'm going some sage after this.
Like the beeswax I gave you.
Yeah. It's gone in the collection. It's like two cars honking back and forth at each other.
Sounds like they're having an argument about something.
Yeah. Like out here though? And why aren't they staying in their cars? Just fucking fight like normal people.
Yeah, it's like that video of those dogs barking at each other when there's a gate between them, and the moment the gate opens, they're like, yeah.
Actually, no, I changed my mind.
Like Marco Polo, but with cars.
That would not be the weirdest thing that I've seen.
We're all the same side. You were nice and shiny.
Yeah, sure, that'll work. I'm just generating a bunch of names at the moment. Just get a rough idea of who I'm talking about.
Here we go, there's our spikes all lined up. And then the usual question of where the heck am I gonna fit them in?
It is the end of the stream, please, so you might want to leave that question for another day.
I don't think I'll be able to put them all in a neat row like I did the teeth. Might have to break them up a little bit and slot them in some of these gaps we've got. Andrew, they can be a little bit smaller.
Blue, it's the end of the stream. Leave it.
Ah!
Leave it.
There we go. I know.
It's time to go, Blue. My dog needs cuddles.
That is very important. You can always leave.
No, because then you won't. I'm
Okay,
here to
there we
be a
go.
moderating influence or something.
This is true. There we go. There we go. Okay. Ooh, as we both stretch up our arms.
Yep.
Okay, it's time to end the stream. Don't go anywhere if you're still here, because we're gonna pass the love along and go raid a friend. This is where I do the usual spiel, though. Right, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everybody who stayed from the raid as well. I love you so much. I hope you've enjoyed your time here. It's generally quite chill vibes as we just sort of quietly work on our little projects. Thank you, Gore, for doing all the promotions and stuff.
This time tomorrow will be Dragon Age stream. The first 10 minutes will be very funny.
Yes, tomorrow is my double stream day. You can see my schedule down below, but basically in the afternoon I'll be doing some more artwork. I'm going to be continuing on this little guy, so if you like this guy, then you can tune in for that. And then in the evening, which is going to be at this time tomorrow, we're going to be playing Dragon Age. Hell yeah.
And I'll be here again.
Yeah. So that's how my week generally goes. First half is art, Monday, Tuesday, half of Wednesday, artwork, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is games. And then I have Saturday off, and then I play Pokemon on Sunday as well. So on Thursday, I'm going to be playing through Guild Wars. I'm currently doing Living World 3. I'm having a great time. Friday is when me and my lovely partner get to play through games. We're probably going to be playing through Abe's Odyssey, our brand new playthrough that we're about to start, because that's the thing that's currently winning the poll. There is a poll on my Twitter for which game we're going to play.
For Abe's Odyssey.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not influencing the vote.
Pokemon Sunday is currently Mystery Dungeon. We're very close to finishing Mystery Dungeon. And then we're going to be coming out around on Monday for artwork once again. As I have said, going to be continuing to work on this guy. This is just my current project of the moment of making my first VRchat avatar. And I'm really happy with how it's going. I hope to see you guys in the future. I'm going to send you along to a friend. They are currently also having a break, which is very typical. They always have a break.
Lying's always on break.
Lying's always on a break. You already knew who it was. Lying is always on break when I end. Obviously, they have a timer set to remind them to go have a break. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I hope to see you in the future. Have a great time. And, yeah, take care. Bye!
Bye!